who's will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time? Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Here we go. 180! Check. Watch 54. Rip left. Check through. 12, fellas, here we go. Set 24.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
54 miles. Oh, you got deep? Shift. Wait. Switch.
On second down, a run with Breida. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And able to find Dorsett. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
First down.
Here we go.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. That'll be complete to Breida. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Garoppolo now. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
11.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Mark 56.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Here we go, 46. 56 to Mark.
3rd and long for Prescott. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, come on now, come on now. 21. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Here we go.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down, San Francisco to pick up 14 yards. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. 21. I'm here all day. Alpha.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. 21, 21. 54. Hey, gun. Check. Block 54, block 54. Go ahead.
Garoppolo. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Now on 1st and goal, a chance to get a leg up in this NFC title game. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter.
Here we go. 180. Leg. Quit talking about it and bring it. Check. 11.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Cowboys' 4-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
Here we go.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Bring it.
Garoppolo gives to Breida, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now on 2nd and 16. Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Mike, here we go. 180. Mike 5-4. Block the pass. Wait.
On first down, here's Breida. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
11.
That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Here we go.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
11. Rush in.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington.
1, Omaha. Hey, exit. I got you.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. And that'll set them back 5. How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal.
Switch leg. Check 24. 61. Matchbox lights. Hey, gun. Right there. 54. Right there. 12, fellas. Here we go. Let's put him on the buses.
Garoppolo looks to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And that will make our score 9-0. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound very, it sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
56 is the mic. Check pass.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Go to 54.
Prescott to throw it. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. A good pickup there, a 22. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
56.
A first down throw for Prescott. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up and make those throws, and he did that.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. D. Ford. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Go to 54.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. 56 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
White. Mike 55.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
56. Watch the run.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the 5-yard line.
They'll come out in the pistol. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. They'll run with Pollard. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, It's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Garoppolo nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
He's coming. 13. Lock. Hey, over. Mike, 58, right there. Here we go.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check. Show it up. Here we go, 46.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Elliott going to bite off about 7 on that one. A good run on first down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 44-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a first down pickup of 8. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss.
There we go, count. 56, right there. 56.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. This is intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
11. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Hey, Delta.
To throw is Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
7. I got this. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Julian Love picks it, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
Well, they always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Here's Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. From the 29, Garoppolo. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. They'll run. This is Kamara. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Here we go. 12. Recon, 152 fighter. He's not going to get me. 65. Switch.
It'll go as a first down for San Francisco and a pickup of 16.
Gain of 16 yards. First down, 49ers.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the flood. Hey, alert. Check hot route. Twist on Travis.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Garoppolo.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Hey, gun.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run as his guys are back within a single score. Now Gold for the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Prescott now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing. Prescott. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 14 yards. Good for a Cowboy first down. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Elliott. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Hey, kill. 47. Here we go. Going to 54.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Prescott throwing right, and that's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
6-6. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
A first down carry by Elliott. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
56. Mike. 56.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Here we go, 47. 50. Here we go, 56. Check, 56. 26.
Prescott from the gun. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept you.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 67 yards. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Elliott a first down and more. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Here we go. 56. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
To throw is Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
We got this.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
21. Strip that ball.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
Here we go.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Out of the shotgun, Breida. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Here we go. Like 80.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46.
Here we go.
Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards. So make it 2nd and 5. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Cowboys 41-yard line.
Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54. White. In your face.
From the 41, Garoppolo. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on 1st down. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Hey, alert!
At the Cowboys 18-yard line.
Hey, dude!
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. And they get to hoist the Hallis Trophy. Unbelievable victory. Moving on to the Super Bowl.
I only hope that these players understand exactly who is behind that trophy. George S. Hallis, one of the creators of this great game of football of ours and creator of the NFL. What an amazing feeling and an amazing accomplishment.